And from Kaduna, we'll move over to Plateau State, where the governor, Bako Simon Lalong, has inspected some of the ongoing legacy projects and the rehabilitation of township roads in the state to ascertain the level of work and also ensure timely completion and quality work. Governor Lalong began his inspection at the Lamingo Pilot Primary School in Jos North Local Government Area, where he was taken round by the site manager, Paul Bardi, who explained that the work has progressed up to 70%. He said the construction firm was making steady progress in the work as most of the classrooms will soon be completed to pave way for furnishing of the school, which has a capacity for about 500 pupils. The governor, who went around the project with the secretary to the government of the state, Professor Danladi Atu, some commissioners and other top government officials, said the Lamingo Pilot Primary School, which is one of the legacy projects, was meant to provide quality education for children of the poor who cannot afford private schools.
At least for some of us, we can pay. So for those who cannot pay, we should give them opportunity to also attend the school. That's what government is doing for them.
The governor thereafter proceeded to Barkin Ladi to inspect work on the 200-bed capacity General Hospital, where he was equally taken round by the site manager. He was told that the work has also gone up to 60%, with the residency quarters, wards and other structures nearing completion. The contractor assured the governor that by March, the project will be completed as funds are released on time, as the workers are very committed to the project.
We inherited projects, we are completing those projects. We initiated projects all over the local government. In addition to projects we have spread all over the state, we've also picked some as legacy projects. Those projects, any of the legacy project is an international project. It's an international project. If it's a hospital, it's of international standard. If it's a primary school, it's of international standard. And if it's a secondary school, it's of international standard. And all these are evenly spread in all the zones of the state. So in addition to leaving some of these things, we want to say that in Plateau State, if you go to Dubai and you see a hospital, you will see an example here in the state. So we will not have reason about health, we have reason about education, which are two key areas that you can do to the people. You can live for the people.
Governor Lalong also expected ongoing Operation Zero Pothole rehabilitation of township roads with a visit to the Rayfield Zamanganda Road, where he urged the contractor to deliver quality work and within stipulated time to reduce inconveniences to motorists and residents of the area. And still with Plateau State, Simon Lalong says he would create more chiefdoms and districts, but that would be at the instance of the people. He made this known during the installation of two traditional rulers in the state.
It was jubilation and celebration all the way as Plateau State Governor Simon Bako Lalong fulfilled his campaign promise of restoring, upgrading and creating more traditional institutions in the state as part of efforts to meeting the agitations of the people spanning many decades. Governor Lalong began the statewide installation and coronation of new traditional rulers in Lamingo, Jos North Local Government Area, where he presented his second-class staff of office to Emmanuel Ajik as the Adagwang Izere Jos. Governor Lalong said the traditional institution remains a veritable partner in development of the state, particularly in peace and security. He explained that his rescue administration decided to follow the wishes and yearnings of the people of Izere, whose chiefdom was truncated by the last administration. He charged the Adagwang Izere to rule with the fear of God, justice and compassion, as the people can only follow him if they know that he has their interest at heart.
You are therefore expected to work hand in hand with relevant government establishments, security agencies and other stakeholders in maintaining peace in your domain at all times. Let me warn that any traditional ruler who is found to be promoting ignorant-religious hatred, injustice, disharmony or shielding criminals will not only be dethroned but will be made to face the loss of the land.
Also at Ibas in Barkanladi local government area, Governor Lalong installed Da Luka Pangyangpam as the Guam Ibas, a third-class chief, where he charged him to see his role as that of a unifier rather than a sectional champion. Governor Lalong said his administration believes that the issue of chiefdoms, districts, village and development areas is a constitutional right for every citizen. In its words, no one should stop any group for agitating for a chiefdom, district, village or development area. For Lalong, people should not entertain any fear of losing their power and influence over others because Plateau belongs to everyone.
The principle of our administration is that nobody is seen as second-class citizens in Plateau State. Where we see minorities crying, we will uplift the minority. So that there will be peace everywhere. Where we see a position for the majority, we will strengthen the position of the majority. That's the only way we can live together.
The Long Gomai of Shandam, Miscom Martin Shaldas III, who spoke on behalf of the Plateau State Council of Traditional Rulers, said they fully endorsed the action of government and were fully carried along and endorsed all appointments. He debunked the claims by some mischief makers who say the installations are meant to weaken some existing rulers and chiefdoms.
There is no way you will compare it or you want to say that the government is moving another person's land to another place. It is not true. That is why the Council of Chiefs endorse the creations that is happening in the state. And that is why we are here today.
He also described Governor Lalong as the man who understands the feelings of his people and is ready to build peace. More traditional rulers are to be installed across the state.
All right, you're still watching the news at